Well, hello to Class W at St. Boniface Primary School. Hello, Class W, and also hello to your grown-up Mrs. Lynch. Oh, Mrs. Lynch has been telling me all about the hard work you've been doing this term in Class W. It sounds magnificent. Now, I hear on a Friday that you do show and tell. Is that right? Sounds magnificent that you share all your wonderful creations and talents with each other. Now, we have a little bit of show and tell here at the North Pole. And, last week we were doing show and tell, and one of my elves told the funniest Christmas joke I have ever heard. Would you like to hear it? Here we go. Our Christmas show and tell funniest joke ever is: how do snowmen get around? They ride an icicle. An icicle. Well, there's my bit of show and tell from me to you. And also I hear, yes, Chief Elf, I remember. I hear that your class has a newspaper written by Niall. Niall, that sounds magnificent. Writing a class newspaper so everyone knows what's going on. Maybe I should get Chief Elf to write a North Pole newspaper. Sounds like a magnificent idea. Oh, it really, really does. Now, Chief Elf has been working very hard and has asked me one thing to ask of you, and that is, have you written me your Christmas lists? Good. If you have written them, marvellous. If you haven't, do not worry. There is still plenty of time to put pen to paper and get me your lists, because it will be lovely, as you've been so good this year, to be able to bring you the presents you most want as a reward for your fantastic behaviour. So will you do that for me, Class W? Get your list to me. Well done, Class W.
What a wonderful message from Santa. Now, would you like a story?
The Christmasaurus, by Tom Fletcher and Shane DeVries. Santa and his reindeer live up north as far as you can go, in a place that's full of magic and where quite a lot of snow. But Santa and his reindeer do not live there on their own, for there's a special dinosaur that also calls it home. He is the Christmasaurus, and he's one of a kind. No matter where you look, he'll be the only one you'll find. The Christmasaurus had a wish that someday he might fly and pull the sleigh on Christmas Eve across the winter sky. I'll train you, Santa bellowed. I can show you how it's done. And now that I'm your teacher, let's begin with lesson 1. First, you need to gobble up this flying reindeer food. It's sure to help a dino reach a higher altitude. The Christmasaurus munched, then jumped towards the northern lights. But in a flash of blue, he crashed headfirst into the ice. Santa scratched his fluffy beard. Well, that's a shame, he said. I need to leave. It's Christmas Eve and children are in bed. But not to worry, Santa smiled. No need to look so blue. We'll try again next Christmas when I teach you lesson 2. Spring turned into summer, and autumn whizzed right by. Then it was Christmas once again and time to try to fly. You'll need to think a happy thought, like Christmas fairies do. If happy thoughts can work for them, I bet they'll work for you. So Christmasaurus thought of fluffy clouds upon his scales. But happy thoughts don't always end like Christmas fairy tales. Ooh. Oh no, that didn't work, said Santa with a sigh. And I'm afraid it's Christmas Eve, so time for me to fly. And with the sleigh packed full of toys to leave beneath the tree, he said, we'll try next Christmas when it's time for lesson 3. Flowers bloomed, sunshine beamed, and leaves turned brown and fell. Then smells of Christmas filled the air, to sounds of jingle bells. We made you wings, sang Santa. They're sure to help you fly. Just flap them like a bird and you will soar across the sky. The Christmasaurus closed his eyes and flapped with all his might. But even Santa's gift of wings could not make him take flight. And so he roared a little cry and shed a frozen tear. He'd have to wait for lesson 4 and try again next year. But as the elves were loading all the toys upon the sleigh, an idea popped in Santa's brain that wouldn't go away. Christmasaurus, why not come along with us tonight? While I deliver presents, you can feel the thrill of flight. Without a second thought, the Christmasaurus climbed aboard, and with their dino passenger into the sky they soared. Flying in the sleigh was even better than he dreamt, and house by house he watched as down the chimneys Santa went. Stay in the sleigh, warned Santa. Now you mustn't go exploring. Wait here while I leave presents for the children inside snoring. Christmasaurus didn't listen. Christmasaurus didn't stay. He fell into a chimney and then Santa flew away. His ho, ho, ho got quieter the higher that they climbed, not realizing that Christmasaurus had been left behind. Inside the house was quiet, but not everyone was sleeping. For through the twinkling fairy lights a little boy was peeping. He saw the most amazing a child could dream to see. A living, breathing dinosaur next to his Christmas tree. He watched the Christmasaurus staring sadly at the sky and understood this dinosaur was wishing it could fly. "Hello, are you lost?" he asked the prehistoric creature. "If you want to fly, then maybe I could be your teacher. You don't need magic food or wings or even happy thoughts. In fact, I'm not sure flying is a thing that can be taught. Santa's reindeer only fly if kids like me believe. So if your dream is flying, maybe I'm the thing you need." Midnight came, and Christmas Eve turned into Christmas Day. The boy made reins from fairy lights. His wheelchair was the sleigh. He started to believe perhaps this dinosaur could fly. And just like that, the two of them took off into the sky. They flew back over rooftops and the sleepy streets below to the place that's full of magic, well, and quite a lot of snow. They laughed and sang for hours in the North Pole's glistening glow, but morning was approaching when the boy would need to go. Then Santa said, "The magic doesn't end on Christmas Eve. We're always just a wish away for someone who believes." They climbed aboard the sleigh, and all the reindeers took their places. The elves waved them goodbye with looks of joy upon their faces. And with a smile, the roaring Christmasaurus led the way. The boy had made his wish come true, of pulling Santa's sleigh. And so, the Christmasaurus and his brand new human friend shared a magic Christmas Eve they wished would never end. But the best thing about Christmas is, as each one fades away, you're always getting closer to another Christmas Day.
What a great story, Santa. Have you got anything else? Something funny, maybe?
And now I'd like to read you one of my favorite poems, Snowball. I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I made it some pajamas and a pillow for its head. Then last night it ran away, but first it wet the bed.
Santa, that was brilliant. That's one of my favourites. Did you enjoy that?
Class W, it's been wonderful to speak to you today, but we have to get back to our work now, making presents and wrapping them, because, you know, the big special day is coming up. But yes, Chief Elf, I've remembered, don't you worry. I hear someone in your class also has a special day in December. I hear that Hubert has a birthday on the 30th of December, is that right? Well, Hubert, happy birthday from everyone here at the North Pole, and I hope you have a most wonderful day. Now, I have one little favour, Class W, to ask of you before I go. Will you do me a big favour? Will you promise me that you'll get to bed nice and early on Christmas Eve and close your eyes up tight and get warm and cosy in your bed so I can deliver all the wonderful presents you've asked for on your lists to some children who have been, well, who are definitely on the good list this year and are certainly not on the you-know-what list. That's all I ask, and well, Class W, it's been a pleasure speaking to you today, and I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!